Hola a todos, hoy vamos a hablar de la diferencia entre los verbos sentir y sentirse. Both of these verbs mean to feel, or they translate as to feel in English, right? So the next question is going to be, what is the difference? But you must know that they are not used interchangeably. Sentir is used to describe what we feel, whereas sentirse is used to describe how we feel. So therein lies the difference. Okay? But before we expand upon the differences, it is worth noting that sentirse, the reflexive counterpart, has the same first person singular present tense conjugation as sentarse, which means to sit. Therefore, if I say me siento, that could mean I feel, or that could mean I sit. But of course, the context, once more information is provided, we will know which meaning is meant. Okay? But me siento could mean I sit or I feel. That's just a by the way. But back on topic. So sentir describes what we feel, while sentirse describes how we feel. Therefore, sentir is used with nouns. So the structure is going to be sentir followed by a noun. While sentirse is used with adjectives or adverbs. So with sentirse, it's going to be sentirse followed by an adjective or an adverb. That would be the grammatical structure. Because remember, sentir describes what we feel, and sentirse describes how we feel. Now that we have that in mind, let's see some examples. ¿Qué sientes? What do you feel? Because remember, sentir describes what we feel. So if we are asking someone the question using that verb, we have to use the interrogative que, right? Because remember, it's used with nouns. So what do you feel? ¿Qué sientes? Right? And I could say, siento el calor. So of course we see that calor would be a noun, right? And I use the article here because I'm referring to something specific. So maybe I'm talking about the heat in the context of where we are, right? Could be in a room, could be outside, wherever, right? I could also say siento tristeza, I feel sadness. Siento alegría, I feel joy. So we use sentir with nouns, right? Conversely, we use sentirse with adjectives or adverbs, and we use it to describe how we feel. So we use a different interrogative, and that interrogative is going to be ¿cómo? How? So, ¿cómo se sienten? How do you feel? And the answer, ustedes se sienten contentos. You feel happy, right? Of course, when we use the third person plural, we can have some ambiguity with regard to the subject. So in this case, I'm talking about ustedes. But of course, once it's understood by context, I wouldn't need to place it there, right? So, ustedes se sienten contentos. Of course, this is an adjective, and of course, you know in Spanish, our adjectives have to agree with the nouns in terms of gender and number. And because we have a plural subject, the adjective has to be plural. And in this case, ustedes would be masculine. Yeah. So this means that there are more males than females. Are there only males? So we use contentos. Okay? You feel happy. So yeah, that's the basic difference between these two verbs. But there is some additional information. If you want to use que, so if we want to add que, which means that, the conjunction that, right? We must use sentir, right? So, siento que Real Madrid ganará el partido. I feel that Real Madrid will win the game. Okay? So, why do we use sentir and not sentirse? Isn't Real Madrid a noun? That's right. But, fíjense, the que introduces a statement, right? The que is going to be used to introduce a statement. But that statement represents what I feel, right? So, Real Madrid ganará el partido is a feeling, okay? So, we use sentir. So, anytime we use que, we use sentir. So, I cannot say me siento que, no. That's not correct. Siento que. That would be the same thing as me saying, pienso que Real Madrid ganará el partido. It will be the same thing. It's just a feeling, right? So yeah, likewise, if we want to use como, which means like, and that's also a conjunction, then we must use sentirse. Me siento como un rey. I feel like a king. Yes, we have a noun there, but remember, look at what follows. Como un rey, like a king. So we're talking about that way. So I could also say me siento así. I feel that way. Okay? So anytime we want to use como, then we use sentirse. I wouldn't be able to say siento como un rey. No. Just like I wouldn't be able to say me siento que Real Madrid ganará el partido. No. I wouldn't be able to say that. Right? So yes. Eso es todo. Espero que ustedes hayan entendido este tema. Muchas gracias por ver como siempre y hasta la vista.